as a founder, I might transition from like all these different roles in a single day, and being able to reduce the cognitive load that it takes to move from these things, it's massive, you know? So I gotta be like, okay, now I'm not a support person anymore. Now I'm a marketer. Now I'm a developer. And now I'm fixing. And now I'm a manager. And transitioning from all those it's pretty tricky. So I'm glad this exists. Thank you.
Glad it helps you. We've known each other for a while now.
Yep.
Like just online. And this is the first time we met in real life.
Doesn't seem like it.
It doesn't seem like it, man. It feels like I've known you in real life, like forever. Do you want to just maybe tell people why you're in Barcelona?
Yes. We're here because we're doing our 5th offsite for Resend. So Resend is a global company. We all work remotely. And we decided to come to Barcelona this year because we're starting to hire more in Europe. So it feels like a good gesture to be closer to them.
Nice. So that's your 5th offsite. But Resend is how old?
2 years old company. Yeah.
Wow. So you do, what, 2 offsites a year almost?
Yep, that's right.
Nice. All right, Thomas, take note, huh? Because we're doing 1 a year.
Resend is an email API for developers. We help folks send transactional and marketing emails, and we're trying to make that in a modern way using React, Tailwind, TypeScript, or whatever language you want. We even have .NET SDKs now. So
Nice. Just in case.
Just in case.
You're gonna see Resend popping up quite a bit in this video, obviously, because Zeno is gonna, I'm assuming he's gonna show some Resend workflows. But just earlier today, I also recorded a video of me building a Resend extension.
Oh, wow.
Actually, let me just rephrase. I enhanced the existing Resend extension to use our new AI tools. Resend is such a nice service. Their API is so good. So when I was coming up with an idea for this AI extension video, and I'm pointing over there because that's where my laptop is, I decided to use Resend just because it's such an easy API to use. And with emails, you can build a lot of powerful stuff. Before you start showing us how you actually use Raycast to do your job, you've obviously had a lot of experience being a builder, being a designer. You know, Zeno, the creator of Dracula, I'm sure someone watching this video right now is using Dracula on their terminal or code editor. You also led big teams, specifically the DX team in WorkOS. And now you are the founder, CEO of a startup. How has your work changed, and what are the different type of tasks that you're doing on your computer?
I never stopped to code. So I keep trying to be on the trends and like use cursor and figure out, okay, what's this new world of development and what's changing about it.
Like vibe coding and stuff.
Exactly,
Man,
always.
I'm so lost with vibe coding. But just earlier today, I also recorded a video. I'm like, I'm too old for this already.
Even though I've been doing, I've been wearing a lot of hats just like you, I feel like the computer is the place where I can feel comfortable wearing all those hats. And it might look a little bit different on a weekend when I'm just vibe coding versus when I'm actually doing sales or doing more, a little bit of marketing, a little bit of design or working on side projects. But this is home. There are a lot of workflows that as a team, we use Raycast inside Resend. So of course, Raycast makes me more productive as an individual. And if I only use that, I will be already extremely happy. And I'll go over on and talk more about the extensions that I love. But also as a team, there's some quick links and snippets and things and even extensions we built internally. We have a repo with all of them. I couldn't leave without those things. It's that critical. And that's not just me. If you talk to the rest of the team, they'll say the same. They're like, this one quick link, if that's broken, we have to stop everything, stop the machine, let's go fix it, One that's super interesting, as we were walking in here, getting ready to record, I asked you oh, how can I like just hide the menu bar. And then you gave me a tip. You can see on my screen, I'm not showing anything right now.
Yeah.
But I just installed this and I already love it. The toggle menu bar.
That's it.
Just shows and hides, and it's as simple as that.
The first thing you learned when you came into my office. That's good. Teams is something that we often don't talk about in What's in My Raycasts. Most of the guests are not founders, they're individual contributors or indie developers and stuff. The fact that you and Resend use Raycast for Teams and you share some of this stuff, that's what I'm quite curious to understand a little bit more of.
Well, the first thing I would say is around, just managing IDs internally. So as you know, with any company, you have like your internal account, and then you have like the account you do testing. So there's always things like that, right? Like you're managing different environments. I do love to just use those snippets, and as a team we keep sharing those snippets together. So there's one that I love and do it all the time, the --team ID that gives the team ID of Resend's own account. So we truly believe in like dog fooding and just and that just makes it so easy for me to access anything.
That's a shared snippet, right, in the organization.
Exactly.
Right.
And we have a bunch of those. So as you go, so if I filter here by only the recent ones, let's say the company address.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I need to fill this form. Boom.
Nice.
It's right here,
And I see that you use a slash as your sort of prefix.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I made the right choice for a prefix because that always messes up my workflow. But man, snippets are like, we truly use it a ton. Like we have like a link to the cal.com demo, or this is like for the shared demo that we do with customers. But personally, I'm always like inviting folks for meetings and stuff. So then I have just /call with my own cal.com. But sometimes I want to be more polite. It's just dropping a link. So I heard that there's this good practice of like saying, you know what, if you want to get like an appointment on my calendar. Let me show you. It's like full calendar. It's like, oh, feel free to share times you're available or pick from my calendar if that's easier.
Yeah, so it just adds a little bit more to it. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
The cool thing about that is that we used to have these snippets in our support tool. And you would think that, this is the right place to go, right? Like you're answering customers in that medium. But what I've realized is that when you're helping customers, they don't live only in your support tool.
Exactly.
So I'm talking to them via Slack. I'm using the WhatsApp desktop app. I'm using my email.
Yeah.
So I don't want my snippets to live neither on Superhuman or Plain or anywhere else. I want them globally available for me.
I can really relate with this idea because what makes Raycast kind of special is that it sits like on top of your operating system, right? It's like as close as it can be. So if you want to use snippets or AI chat, it seems like a lot of products offer these functionalities, right? But then you have a subscription with all of them. And Raycast is in this kind of like global space where you can expand your snippets anywhere. And so that makes a lot of sense. I honestly think that that's one of the power of Raycast, that it kind of goes unnoticed sometimes.
You know what's fascinating as a founder? I'm always building machines and then giving these machines for other people to maintain it and evolve, right? So I need to teach them like, oh, here's my workflow. So I would record a Loom and all that, and I would show them the workflow. Because those snippets are already saved, it's there like for free, Even this morning, we're talking about that we have this other workflow for this new product that we're building called New Email. We're going to talk about it later.
Definitely.
But we have the send email. This is actually an extension we had to build because we add like a new ID to the invite. But if I just type it anywhere, here for example, it creates this text. And someone on the team changed that this morning, and then another person who's in California right now is using that workflow every day to invite people on X, and update it and it's there. So
That's amazing.
the fact that the extensions auto update, so it's more like than just like, oh yeah, it's just a snippet. No, it's like unlocking productivity, not only for yourself, but for your whole
For
team.
the entire team.
I cannot leave without notes.
You use notes a lot.
I use notes every day. And the thing I love about notes, and I can also talk about the things I hate about notes.
Oh, please. Yeah, I think things that you don't like are equally as, useful for us to know. So
I'm in calls all the time and I work remotely. So I always want to make sure I'm, maintaining eye contact to whoever I'm talking to, just so they can feel just a little bit more, presence there.
Yeah, totally.
Especially with my team more than anything. So I always use notes and I have a big monitor at home. So the tricky thing of big monitors is that you're like just looking all around.
Definitely. I got the 32 inch there. Yeah.
So I always keep it up here. I do have like a lot of, these are some of the things I do. Window management. But for Raycast notes, I always just place them here. And then as like, just taking
I see. So you put notes in the middle of your screen.
Yep.
So it looks like you're looking at the camera.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very cool.
The closest that I can to the camera.
Man, that's why I love doing this episode, man. Like, I don't think I've not seen anybody showing me this before. What are the things that you don't like about notes?
Man, I just wish they were on my phone.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
That's the most crucial thing. Because like the whole thing with like the markdown rendering works nice, headings and the light formatting, it's something I love. And I love the navigation too. It feels at home.
It's very minimal, right?
This is exactly what I need.
Okay.
Like if this starts to become something else, like a full-blown editor, I don't want it anymore.
About it not being on your phone, like I have it on my phone. So I can quickly show you notes, how at least I can give you another preview.
But that's the thing, I don't want it in your phone, I want it in my...
I know, it's gonna happen,
I don't know if you know that or if folks listening to this know that, but I was a huge Alfred user.
Okay.
I was a massive Alfred user. You probably can find like, I think maybe the biggest Alfred repo. Oh, you see what just happened?
Yeah.
So the biggest Alfred repo on GitHub, I think it's mine. 12,000 GitHub stars. I wrote an article in Smashing Magazine about Alfred. He didn't, 2013.
Whoa, that's old school, man.
So making that shift and that transition was huge. It was difficult. There are some things that I was like still getting used to it with the navigation and all that. But the fact that this is more than just a launcher, it's what makes me love it. Yeah, so we talked about Dracula earlier. So when we go to Dracula.com, this is a color scheme for developers, right? So we have it available for almost 400 themes right now, which is awesome. But, I'm always playing around with these colors. And these colors, I can go to the contribute page and I can get the specific tone that I want to use. But what I do when I'm just building something for Dracula, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I need that cyan. Where do I go? I need that pink. I just use the color picker extension, and there's this menu bar option here, which I like a lot, where I just come here, and then I'm like, okay, command 4, cool. I have the purple, I have the cyan.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
Just like I'm one hotkey away from like my whole color palette.
Yeah.
Which is just super convenient. Okay, so let me show you this new one, which I think it's really cool. And it's related to a new product we're creating called New Email. So the whole idea of this new email product is that you can go from, just a prompt to an actual full-blown email template, right?
Okay.
So I can come in and use this quick link, which all it does is it supports like this query param on the URL, right? So I can come in and I can say, generate a newsletter using neo-brutalism style.
Okay.
So let's see what's gonna do. So it grabs that value from the query param and it starts generating an email. So behind the scenes, this is using React Email, which is our own library of components that you can use for email.
Which is how everything started, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And the beauty of this, as you can see, it uses React, it uses TypeScript, it uses Tailwind, and it's building that entire email for me. And yeah, there you go.
From a prompt.
From a quick link.
From a quick link to new.email. That's amazing.
Check out the
wow. And it knows where you are. That's crazy. It's amazing how you found a way to help you in different tasks of your day. Support, development, design with Dracula, productivity in general. So that was really cool to see. All right, well, thanks for coming, man. And so everybody, thanks for watching once again. Watching my Raycast with Zeno. And as always, make sure to subscribe for more tips and news about Raycast.
See ya.
É nóis. Valeu.